Suggest that we vote to approve that Virginia can be counted and to be called in officially and be a member of this meeting, and therefore everybody, all in favor?
Aye.
Virginia, you're officially at this meeting right now, and we have a quorum. Let's see, it's 3:04, and it's the 12th of July. We'll start the meeting of the Stoneybrook Gateway Advisory Committee, and right now we have myself, Joe McCulca, Janice Lancaster, and Dick Zukowski, plus Virginia Stacy has called in, is on the phone. So we have a quorum to start the meeting. Hopefully this will be quick. I'm going to give an opportunity and get off the line here real quick. Let's hear from Elle. She has a couple of things to tell us. We haven't seen Elle in a while because of the new format here, but so you're going to update us on both the new plantings, where that is, and I know this is just for the formality of it. I know we did talk, and then we'll talk briefly about the cypress tree. So Elle, go to it.
Okay, the plant replacements, most of them, maybe all of them may be completed. I will be coming down on Friday to inventory all of the areas that we had asked for plant replacements. Make sure they went in the right spot and we've got the right number of plants. Like I say, I know that most of it, if not all of it, has been installed. I just want to inventory what is on site.
I appreciate that. And that would be everything that we had proposed and approved previously. That would be a done deal.
Correct.
When that is done, I'd really appreciate it if you can give me a ballpark figure on what is left in that budget for the rest of the year too. Okay? I don't know if we're gone over or we're still under, got some money left or not, and we'll talk about that. And then the other big question is the cypress trees, when you get done writing.
Currently, I am actively requesting proposals from several vendors and growers that do this type of work. I've taken account of what I feel like it needs to be removed. And again, we are actively soliciting proposals to have 68 trees replaced. I'm looking at going in with a little more variety rather than just cypress trees. I would like to use some red maples and possibly some Dahoon hollies. The red maples will drop their leaves just like the cypress trees do in the cooler months. They do tend to flush out or get their leaves back a little bit earlier than the cypress trees do. It's all a temperature and a daylight hour thing. Nighttime temperatures and how many hours of daylight do we have. Dahoon holly are a nice native Florida tree. They don't drop their leaves.
Okay.
And as their name indicates, they do get a pretty red berry on them.
Does that have a dark green leaf?
Yeah, kind of, it does, a dark
Okay.
shiny green leaf.
Okay, and the only other question, we had discussed this briefly, is this time around, if we could pay some attention to where those trees are gonna be placed, both for visibility as well as obviously to be effective. But we had put some benches in. If we're taking some trees out of in front of benches, let's not put them right back in front of the benches.
Gotcha.
You know, to get them a little bit off to the sides or whatever. And the clustering, I see them.
Got it.
I think is significant also, because I thought that some of the trees last time were put too close to other types of, like an evergreen or something like that, which didn't make any sense to me, you know,
Gotcha.
so,
We will pay very close attention to where they are going back in, and there will be several of them removed, and those that are being removed, when the water goes down, we're gonna flush cut them ground level.
mhm.
I'm not gonna grind the stumps, we'll flush cut them and remove all of the top.
Sounds good to me. Anybody have any questions for Elle? We were talking about the, just state it for the record, yeah, it's 3:09, let's say, and JT Thomas has arrived to the meeting. So, Virginia, if you're not feeling well, you're welcome to hang up, but if you want to listen in, you're certainly welcome to do that also, okay?
No, I'll stay here.
All right, very good. Anything else going forward we should think about, know about?
Not that I have it in the works right this minute.
Okay,
But
there
but
was
if they-
some, I know there was some discussion we had also about the median outside on Gateway Boulevard, and that's not specifically a Stoneybrook issue, but this is the median that runs beside us, and you're gonna try some new herbicides to an application process to try to control some of the grasses that are
That's
growing
right.
up. But for the record, I have to say, I think it looks pretty good out there, it really does.
Well, I
Far
have
better
been
than it
working
was.
with the agronomy department with Mainscape, to try to find a selective herbicide we can use out there that will target the torpedo grass and not take the peanut out. If we can't find, excuse me, if we can't find a specific product, then we're looking at a different application method, called wicking or spot applications with a wicking wand.
Okay.
But we are looking very hard, trying very hard to find a solution to this issue that we have down there.
Yeah, this took a little too long to get the plantings in there, though grasses got established, but it is what it is.
No, what actually happened in the beginning, and I know I'm on the record saying this, but we did not have time, we were not allowed the time you really need to prep a bed before you go in and replant it.
Yeah.
And you need to have good dirt to start with, all the rocks.
Well,
in
no,
it.
there's not good soil there to start with. There's
Yeah.
nothing native about the soil.
There
in
there
the
was a
road.
time they discussed digging that out and bringing new stuff in, but it just never happened, I know.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, the timing, because all of this happened with the road rehab. Remember, we had to get this done so they could get the, surfacing of the road in. And generally, when you remove, you take out, you disturb a whole bed like that, you want to spray it out 3 times with a good strong herbicide, a good glyphosate product, like Roundup, spray it out, let the weeds, then rough it up, let the weeds start to pop back up again, spray it again.
Yeah.
You usually want 3 good herbicide applications before you go in and replant.
And then you gotta give it some time just to even sort of dilute itself and dissipate before you can plant anything, otherwise you're gonna hurt that. All right, and if
So-
there are no other questions, I do appreciate you coming in and.
It's my pleasure anytime, folks, and
All right.
you all have my number, I hope, if you ever need anything, you feel free to call me anytime.
All right, thanks very much, Al.
Thank you, Al.
Anytime.
Take care. Just to let you know, for I know that we were talking about the cypress trees, we talked about the new plantings.
Diane took them.
What's that? Do you want that?
Not- He's looking for minutes. Here, you can come over with me. I gotta look at that too. All right, let's go back to the list. Approval of minutes for June 14th.
I left my key.
Yeah.
No problem. Give you a quick time to look over the minutes. There is a question where the money should come from here concerning the gates that were replaced. But the fact is, I had given them suggestion where to take that money from. I have to follow up on that and see what to do, because in that particular case, we had surpluses in various accounts, and I had suggested where that money can come from. So, with that said,
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
anybody else?
I'll second it.
All right, any discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes are approved. I will, like I said, follow up on that issue. I've got a pen today.
We have to say that JT Thomas made the motion, Dick seconded it for the
Yeah, I'm
minutes.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because there's nobody here taking notes. JT Thomas made the motion to approve the minutes as stated, and Dick Zukowski was the second, and it was unanimous vote of 5-0 to approve it. All right, so we've heard about the cypress tree removal discussion with El Harris and about the plantings. She's gonna go out there and double check that everything that was supposed to be done was in fact done. And if there's anything that you have any questions about, let me know, just driving through the community. Because there might still be a couple of things that are scheduled that haven't been done. She's gotta verify that. I have introduced a letter. I believe you've seen it, Janice, from
No, I didn't see it.
Angela Sullivan. If you want to pass that down to Janice. I have invited Angela to join this committee so that we can get the number up to 7. And in any case, so this is her document, and I just want to have this committee, someone make a motion to approve, to ask her to submit her name to the Board of Supervisors, so if someone can do that.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah.
I've known Angela for a long time.
Yep, to invite her to the,
Fine.
our committee.
I'll.
Stoneybrook Gateway Community, what is it?
Yeah, it's a Stoneybrook Gateway Advisory Committee.
Advisory Committee.
Yeah, and so that motion was made by J.T. Thomas and the second by Dick Zukowski. Any questions, anybody? Virginia, do you have any questions about Angela? Virginia?
No.
Okay. Everybody okay? So all in favor?
Where are you? Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
So the process will be, you just give the name to the supervisors
And the supervisors will review it, and it might take a month. They have to put it on the agenda and then, and then vote it on at the next meeting.
And you'll let her-
Okay.
Dick,
So a motion passes 5-0 to invite Angela D. Sullivan to join our
You
committee.
want that, or you're handing it back?
I'm giving it back.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, just so you could read it. I had a couple copies, so that if you want it, yes, I have the original. In any case, and it was 5-0, we have approved that, and Angela will be submitted to the Board of Supervisors, have her name to approve to join our committee. Other than that, we have essentially covered what I wanted to do. Does any of you have any discussions or requests? Anything you'd like to know? What's going on? I do want to say, just for the record, that we do have our Comcast presentation on Saturday morning. The committee has recommended Comcast as our first choice, even though they haven't technically been told that. They just know they're the first one to come in and do a presentation. But the board meeting is on Monday. I'm not sure how the board will handle it. We'll find out on Monday. But after the presentation, I'm hoping that we will have dissipated some of the discussion of, because some people want to have no contract or have something else, whatever it is, I don't know. But we'll hear that on Saturday, I suppose.
What time is that on Saturday?
10:30.
10:30.
And I think everyone who does come will be impressed with what we're looking at. In any case, if there's no more discussion, the next meeting looks like August 9th. How does that date work for everybody?
Right
Once
now-
again, if there's nothing, we'll pass on it. I will say I got nothing. I just a couple of things I did want to get on the record today, and one of them was getting Angela, and the other thing was looking into where we stood with the cypress trees, because we got to do that soon. We got to handle that. If there's no more discussion, then I'll take a motion. And
I'll make a motion.
before we say that, August 9th is fine? Everybody's good with that?
I think.
Virginia, you heard that?
Yes.
All
I
right.
didn't check my calendar yet.
Stay in touch with Diane, because technically you're not supposed to communicate with each other. If there's a problem comes up and if there are any issues, so right now, we'll call August 9th at 3 o'clock to be the next meeting.
Good show.
Okay, with that said, I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. Anybody?
I'll make that motion.
Got a second?
I will.
And, all right, so we got Dick Zukowski made the motion, and Janice Lancaster made the second to adjourn the meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Hi.
We are done. Thank you, Virginia. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Stay well.
50-minute drive for a 7-minute meeting.
Well, we did start at about 3, but nevertheless, what can I
But
say?
it usually takes me about 35 minutes from my office to here.
The weather.
Why does everyone have to drive 20 under the speed limit when
Yeah, well,
I got in front of cars? I was going 65 on Colonial because there's no one around me. So I'm just cruising,
yeah,
making
That
sure.
doesn't happen too often.
they want to stay dry.
Well, it was raining pretty hard too. No one was keeping up with me.
All right, see ya.
Take care. Thanks for coming.
All right, guys.
I
That's right,
I
had
wanted
to go home anyways.
Yeah, I wanted to get that Angela's name in, because I don't know what's happening with Virginia, and I don't know what's happening with Janice. Actually said today she's thinking about dropping off. But I think part of that has to do with Virginia. Don't know how she's doing. She's not doing well.
No, she sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, and so what might come to shake out, who knows?
we-
We might wind up being